Today we'll be looking at how artificial intelligence is a totalitarian's dream. If you're new to this channel, welcome. This is Mr. Singularity, where we explore the scientific and technological breakthroughs shaping the future as we know it. Individualistic Western cultures are founded around the premise that no one understands better than we do our feelings, aspirations, or joys. And then, we put ourselves in control of our lives, rather than the state. We tend to agree with the claim of the philosopher Immanuel Kant that no one has the right to force upon us their idea of a good life. This should improve artificial intelligence, as this is going to know us better than we even know ourselves. An AI-armed government may pretend to know what their people actually want and what would make them truly happy. At best, it can do it to explain totalitarianism, at worst, paternalism. Every hell starts with the promise of heaven. Totalitarianism driven by AI would be no different. Liberty is power submission. Even the insane, despiteful, or subversive may wish to choose their own path. We will not encourage us to learn more about us than we do to avoid such a dystopia. We can't create the difference of self-knowledge. The all-seeing AI. Billionaire capitalist Peter Thiel said AI was literally communist in 2019. He acknowledged that AI helps a centralizing authority to control and learn more about the people than they do about themselves. China has welcomed AI with eagerness, Thiel observed. We all recognise the capacity for AI to help totalitarianism by the introduction of the Orwellian monitoring and control scheme. But AI also provides a philosophical weapon for the totalitarians. So long as we understand each other better than the nation, democracy will be able to hold the potential totalitarians at bay. Yet, the game's modified with AI. Global tech firms are gathering massive volumes of data on our behaviour. Machine learning systems use this data to determine who we are and not simply what we are going to do. Currently, AI will anticipate what movies we're going to watch, what articles we're going to want to read, and who we're going to choose to be a buddy on Facebook. We will determine that there will be people living together and whether we will commit suicide. AI will project our religious and political beliefs, appearance, intellect, substance usage, and satisfaction purely from our Facebook likes. It would just increase the precision of AI's forecast in the not too distant future, as suggested by the writer Yuval Noah Harari. AI might tell us who we are before we know ourselves. Such technology have international implications for seismics. If governments know us better than we can, then a new justification for intervening in our lives opens up. For the interest of our own gain, they must tyrannize us. Liberty by tyranny. This was foreseen in 1958 by the intellectual Isai Berlin. He defined two kinds of liberty. One guy can, he said, contribute to dictatorship. Negative independence is protection without. It is independence without intervention with your life from other individuals or by law. No one else will prevent you from destructive independence, as long as you don't abuse the freedoms of anyone else. Positive freedom, on the other hand, is right to. This is the right to control oneself, freedom to satisfy one's true wishes, freedom to lead a life without purpose. Who wouldn't wish for this? So, what if somebody else suggests that you don't behave with your best interest, even if they realise how you can? This may force you to be free if you don't listen, coercing you for your own good. That's one of the most dangerous ideas ever conceived. In Stalin's Soviet Union and Mao's China, it destroyed hundreds of millions. It's claimed that the Russian communist dictator, Lenin, suggested that the bourgeoisie would give him the rope from which he would hang them. Peter Thiel claimed that through AI, Silicon Valley's neoliberal software companies have given communism a weapon that seeks to destroy modern capitalist culture. AI is Lenin's rope. Struggling out. We can only prevent such a dystopia if no one is allowed to know us better than we know ourselves. We must never sentimentalize anyone who seeks such power over us, as well-intentioned as they are. Historically, this has only ever ended in calamity. One means of avoiding a void in self-knowledge is by increasing our protections on anonymity. Thiel, who described AI as socialist, also claimed that crypto is democratic. Cryptocurrency should be security-enabling. Security limits others' capacity to identify us and then exploit this information to control us for their own gain. And learning one another better by AI has important benefits. We might use it to help grasp what makes us satisfied, safe, and wealthy. This will assist in directing our job choices. More importantly, AI promises to build the economic prosperity that holds us off the throats of each other. The problem is not about AI enhancing our self-knowledge. The question is an imbalance of influence of what's learned about us. Knowledge of us is authority over us, solely in the hands of someone else, but knowledge about us is power to us in our own hands. Anyone that uses our data and build information about us will have the moral duty to give us this knowledge back. We ought to refresh the AI age notion that nothing concerning us without us. What AI teaches us regarding ourselves is for us to start doing, not to benefit from violence by others. Just one hand will still be at the tiller of our hearts, what needs to be ours. If you made it this far in the video, thank you and welcome to the end of the video club. What's your take on this? Let me down in the comments below and check out one of these other videos. This has been Mr. Singularity, and I'll see you on the next one.